Welcome to Win Life TV. This is Choosing Happiness, and I am Brenda Berry, Professor of Happiness and Delight, owner of Sacred Celebrations, a company devoted to celebrating love in all its forms through the union of heart and mind, body and soul. I am so delighted to have an opportunity to share with you some of my musings today on the obligations that we have as we move into the holiday season, and how we can choose those obligations just a little bit more wisely. You know, we do have great big long to-do lists, you know, the shopping, what we're going to prepare for food, cookie baking, gift giving, cleaning the house, as well as a myriad of other tasks that can be very, very overwhelming, especially, you know, with these shorter days. You know, sometimes I just feel like, you know, even though it's the same 24 hours, my available time has now shrunk somehow. So you might find yourself shouldering an overwhelming number of commitments in the coming weeks with all of the many to-dos on your lists, each of which demand your full attention and your dedication and time. Feelings of fatigue may plague you. I know that happens to me, especially when I start that worrying process of how am I going to get it all done. So, you know, as the season wears on, you might find that you are feeling extremely exhausted, which wears on your nerves, your good humor, causing you to maybe even experience indecisiveness, irritability, or just expressions of frustration, you know, towards yourself, towards others, that may leave you feeling not quite so happy with things. You know, so as you go through this creating a list of your responsibilities, you can ensure that you have enough energy, you know, to make it through each and every day by choosing a little bit more wisely and perhaps even more realistically what it is that you wish to accomplish and undertake at any particular time. So, you know, you don't want to neglect anything or anyone, especially yourself. You do need to be mindful that your needs need to be met before you can meet anybody else's needs. So take that 20-minute nap, soak in the tub, you know, do something for yourself. And consider each new obligation that may come your way because someone has asked you to take something more on. You know, if you're feeling overwhelmed, check in with yourself. And, you know, if there is just no way that you can add one more thing to your list, know that it's okay to say, sorry, no, I really can't do it. Especially, you know, at this time of year when, unfortunately, stresses seem to be a little bit higher than perhaps at any other time of the year. You know, if the mere act of refusing a request makes you feel uncomfortable, you can kindly explain that your plate is already full, that your agenda doesn't have any openings. And I say kindly explain that because it is so easy to react from a place of, oh, I just can't take on one more thing. And that will make your response feel pretty bad for both the recipient and for you. You know, each time you say no, you will likely discover that it becomes easier to voice your refusal a little bit more kindly and a little bit more persuasively. And it also makes the times that you choose to say yes more meaningful. Now, we avoid putting ourselves in positions where we must honor commitments that cause us discomfort or stress. And when we learn to say no without feeling those harsh pangs of guilt, it makes the honoring of our commitments a lot more meaningful. Many people are simply unable to deny the requests that others put on them because, we feel bound by honor or duty to give 100%, to do for others. It's what we're taught. It's better to give than to receive, right? And so, when we are feeling this honor or duty boundedness, if you were, it really sometimes helps us to, or it causes me to feel a little inadequate, and maybe even a little resentful. And I have to stop and say, who am I feeling resentful toward? The person that asked, or the person that said yes, which was me? So an understanding that we cannot realistically do every favor that is asked of us, we gain the ability to say no without difficulty. It's not our responsibility to do everything that somebody else asks of us. It simply isn't. And sometimes it's not within our ability or our power to do these things. I'm fully aware of where my strengths are, what my weaknesses are, what I am capable of. And, also there's that combination of wanting to do it perfectly, and the amount of time and effort that it's going to take. Those are all factors that I consider now when someone asks me if I will do something. If I can, I will say yes. But, when I can't, I graciously say no, and I don't feel that I have to give an excuse or a reason. I don't have to explain myself so much anymore. I'm an adult. I don't have to do that anymore. So when we do say no, we are granting ourselves more time and energy to focus on our inner world and our outer world, and what we need and what it needs to be whole, to be complete, to be filled, but most importantly, to be enjoyed and to experience the happy that we're all really trying to find, especially at this time of year with the holidays. As a result, we become more able to effectively meet the tasks and the obligations that we choose to undertake. Remember, you have a choice. Give yourself permission to make the choice. It really is that simple. And when you do learn to say no, your commitments will be representative of your individuality, of your individual values, and what is your most prized priority. So as you're going through making your to-do list, choose to be kind to yourself and to be real with what you are electing to accomplish, and enjoy the process of what you have said yes to, and maybe even give yourself a pat on the back when you choose to say no. So I want to thank you for watching this episode. I hope that you find some wisdom and truth in the words that I've had to share with you today. And so have a wonderful, beautiful holiday. Happy Thanksgiving, which is coming up next week. And be thankful. Be truly thankful and grateful for the things that you have chosen to give to yourself so that you are better able to give to others. I'm Brenda Berry, Professor of Happiness and Delight. You've been watching Choosing Happiness here on Win Life TV. Until next time, have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching.